tirelessly fighting for women's rights as well as the rights of other marginalized groups in her role as president of the National Organization for Women Austin chapter, which she revived after moving here from Houston, where she originally volunteered with now. Please welcome the wonderful Lexie Cooper. It's water. Partiers. Lexie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're our very first strong female leader. Get it, guys? Interviewee, and I'm excited to have you on because it's trying times. It is trying times. But I'd like to know, how did you first get involved with NOW?
Well, like you mentioned, I came from Houston, the land that is too large. There's just too much in Houston. So I started out with Houston NOW as an abortion clinic escort, and that was pretty nuts in a nutshell. It was pretty crazy. I got to see a whole lot of crazy protesters outside of abortion clinics for probably, I think I did that like every weekend for like 7 or 8 months straight, which was really intense. And I got a job in Austin, and they asked me to reconvene the Austin NOW chapter, and so I jumped on it. Why not?
Yeah, thank God. I was surprised there wasn't already, like, they were like, we're on hiatus.
Yeah.
When I first went to the site, and I'm like, were things that good? Like, like Austin's very liberal and feminist and awesome, but I'm like, we're in Texas still.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, it's super interesting to me. You know, the Houston NOW chapter is super strong, and it's kind of like the HQ for Texas now. The Texas NOW director is also the president of Houston NOW, and she is just a brilliant activist. So Houston is kind of like, you know, a lot of people would think like Austin would be, since it's the capital of Texas and everything, and it would be like the, you know, NOW chapter that's running everything. But we're not, but we're still doing really great. I'm proud of the progress that we've made in, I guess, like a year and a half now it's been since I moved here. Yeah.
What types of issues are you all working on, and what's most important to you?
So, you know, after I reconvened, first of all, with this caveat, I was, you know, I've been the only officer for quite a long time, just because, you know, we're getting started, we were really small. So it's kind of limited to my, you know, like, focus, and one of the issues that, you know, it's hard to choose something that's the most important, I guess. I wouldn't want to say it's more important than anything else, but something really near and dear to my heart is reproductive rights. And so, you know, naturally, because I got started with NOW, you know, doing reproductive rights stuff. We focus a lot on, we're doing this big initiative called Adopt a CPC. And without going on too much of a spiel, I'm sure a lot of people in this room know what a CPC is, but it's we call them fake clinics also. They call themselves crisis pregnancy centers. And they're super, super manipulative. They're like brick and mortar places that are run by religious institutions, and their sole purpose is to keep women from getting abortions. And so they use a lot of really terrible tactics to do that. And a lot of people don't know that they get our state tax dollars. So we've been protesting and really trying to push that initiative to spread awareness about that, because it's really something that, you know, at the very least, they shouldn't be getting our tax dollars. It's not separation of church and state. So that's something that I'm, you know, focusing on with Austin NOW. We have a Williamson County task force too, and they're doing a lot of voter registration stuff. So those are our two main issues right now.
Yeah, I didn't know what a CPC was until I went to NOW meetings, because I don't think that shit would fly in New York. But I was like shocked at like all the stuff you guys are saying about it, especially the state dollars. I think if they were, well, they're still preying on women, like that's.
Yeah, they're still really manipulative.
Yeah.
They advertise for abortion information on their websites, and birth control information too, and they'll just straight up lie. I mean, they'll straight up tell you that you can get cancer from birth control, or that getting an abortion will make you a depressed alcoholic, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of people don't know about them because they kind of fly under the radar. And unless you're one of the, like, someone in the targeted population, which tends to be, you know, low income people who can get pregnant, who are already looking for an abortion, you wouldn't really know that they exist.
Do people just like people protest in front of abortion clinics, have there been any organized protests in front of CPCs?
As far as I know, we're one of the only, organized efforts to do this. Texas has a lot more CPCs, I think, for the population in Texas, there's only like, a few abortion providers in the state. And then for every abortion provider, there's probably like, 20 CPCs, nuts. So I would guess that without having any anything to back this up concretely, I would guess that we probably have more CPCs in the state of Texas than a lot of other states. And people are just now starting to realize that this is kind of an epidemic. And so, as far as I know, Texas now has started really, trying to crack down on it and get an organized effort going, but I haven't heard of any organization specifically focusing on CPCs themselves.
What is the craziest protesting experience you've had? I know you talked about like in Houston with the abolish abortion groups and
Oh yeah. Well, are you talking like when I'm protesting or when someone else
both.
is
When you're protesting, when someone else is, any like crazy experience you kind of come across?
I've been yelled at several times. Like outside of the there's a CPC on Manchac, and that's the one that I used to protest a lot myself. And now we have an organized effort doing that on Saturdays, and I've been yelled at several times there, where a guy just came out and started screaming at me, and he had a lot of the time when people come and yell at you outside of these places, they bring a whole group of people, and the people it's like in school when there's a fight or something, and everyone's like fight.
Hype men,
It's like
yeah.
this guy, like this one time, this guy, and I'm standing by the road like at a bus stop, and this guy comes out, and he's like screaming whatever at me, and I'm trying to get away from him without talking to him. It's and then his posse of 4 or 5 people is kind of to the side and behind me, and so they're kind of surrounding me, and I can't really go anywhere except in the street, and I don't really want to do that. So kind of that situation is super easy. That happens often enough that eventually you have to get a thick skin, and so not escalating the situation is something I've learned to do, and that's probably the craziest thing the most offensive thing that's happened to me while I was protesting. But outside of an abortion clinic or outside of Planned Parenthood during the 40 Days for Life has started, and that's when pro-life groups across the U.S. I think will just protest Planned Parenthood's every single day for 40 days. People sign up to do it in an organized effort, and so I've been outside of the Planned Parenthood on Ben Lake here in Austin, and they are just they will just. I mean, if anybody's ever seen people on the side of the road with a 40 feet of sun, I've had people yell at me, you're going to hell, you're a baby killer lover or something, because I haven't actually, killed a baby myself, but I support it, is what they're thinking. It's really funny when you're an abortion clinic escort, because we try to keep people out of the driveway, and there will be little one time somebody picked up, I think a bug, a cool-looking bug from the ground in front of a protester, and we were moving it so the bug didn't get squished, and this protester flipped out, they just go nuts. They're like, how can you care about a worm on the ground and not this baby or whatever inside of you, and they get really creepy and gross about it, and they'll take your picture and they'll post it on Facebook, and it's really kind of funny to watch it because they put everything publicly. These people are not super smart about what they do, and so the craziest thing the funniest thing I guess that I've seen is that for a full week, I think after that specific thing happened, these people were going on and on Facebook, one whole thread with a picture of this abortion clinic escort just very gently with a leaf moving this insect, and they're just going on and on and on, and people could not get over this little insect on the ground.
Shit, they would hate Snow White.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. And sad for them. One last question. This is going to be a really interesting one, because I don't know what I would say. If you were in the same room as Trump, what would you say?
Oh my God. There's so many things. You have to pick one. Why are you such a child? Why do you why
He's here right now.
why why you have such an opportunity, you know, like really, genuinely, you have such an opportunity to do good for the world. You know, please don't waste it.
Mhm.
You know, like there's a lot that I would say, like, you know, like fuck you or whatever,
Mhm.
but honestly, please, like, please do the good that you can, like,
Mhm.
please. That's all I would say, you know, realistically.
Yeah. Too bad he's a monster.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was acceptable, I don't know.
Before you leave us, I wanted to start this tradition that may be a terrible idea, but I wanted to gift you for your service. Dollar Tree is not a sponsor, but I found this wine glass. And I know you have a dog that you love dearly, like my dog, and this wine glass says, "In dog wines, I've only had one." So you're gonna need that for the next undisclosed amount of time during administration.
Constantly, this is so useful, thank you.
Yeah, or it could be a dog water bowl, I don't know. But thank you, Lexie, so much for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Thank you.